Ever wondered about the junk floating in space? Could this space debris actually crash into Earth? Let's dive into the latest on this growing cloud of cosmic clutter. We'll unpack what it is, the risks it poses, and why it's a big deal for our planet. Space debris is everything from old satellites and rocket parts to tiny bits left from collisions or explosions. Right now, over 37,000 objects bigger than 10 centimeters are tracked in Earth's orbit. But there are millions of smaller pieces we can't see. These things zip around in low Earth orbit, or LEO, between 160 and 2,000 kilometers up, at speeds hitting 28,000 kilometers per hour. That's fast enough to circle the planet in under 2 hours. As of September 27, 2025, more than 10,000 active satellites are up there, adding to the mess. Think of it like a crowded highway in space, with more cars piling in every year. So, could this stuff hit Earth? Most debris in LEO gets dragged down by the atmosphere over time, re-entering within years or sometimes decades. Small bits, under a few centimeters, usually burn up completely, turning into harmless ash high above us. But bigger objects, like dead satellites or rocket stages, can make it through. For example, in August 2025, a 2.5-ton rocket body fell over the Pacific Ocean, no harm done. The odds of debris hitting someone are tiny, less than 1 in 10,000 for a single re-entry. But with more junk up there, those odds creep up. Uncontrolled re-entries are the wild card, as we can't always predict where they'll land. So far, no one's been hurt, but the risk isn't zero. What happens if debris collides up in orbit? When objects smash into each other, they create thousands of new fragments. Back in 2009, 2 satellites collided, spitting out over 2,000 trackable pieces. This chain reaction, called Kessler syndrome, could make LEO a dangerous place. More fragments mean more chances for collisions, which could knock out working satellites or even threaten the International Space Station. The ISS dodges debris about once a month, using thrusters to shift its path. While these collisions don't often send stuff to the ground, they mess with the tech we rely on, like GPS or weather satellites. How big is this problem? A September 2025 study estimates 170 million pieces of debris smaller than 1 centimeter are floating around. Ground-based radars and telescopes, like those used by space agencies, track the bigger stuff. To keep things under control, new rules push for satellites to be deorbited within 5 years after their mission ends, down from 25 years. Big players like SpaceX, with over 6,000 Starlink satellites, now build in propulsion systems to guide their satellites back safely. But older debris, some from the 1960s, is still up there with no one claiming responsibility. Efforts to clean up are picking up speed. Missions like ESA's Clear Space 1, planned for 2026, will grab big junk, like a 100-kilogram satellite part, and drag it down to burn up. Japan's Astroscale pulled off a test in August 2025, snagging a mock debris piece with a robotic arm. These projects aim to clear out the worst offenders, reducing the chance of collisions in orbit and any risk of pieces reaching Earth. It's like hiring a cosmic cleanup crew, but it's slow and expensive work. Something weird you might notice? Some debris shines bright in the night sky. Fragments catch sunlight and look like meteors streaking across. In September 2025, skywatchers reported more of these flashes as satellite numbers grow. It's not dangerous, just a sign of how packed our orbits are getting. Imagine spotting a piece of a 1970s rocket glimmering like a star. It's wild to think about. What's being done to keep this under control? Space agencies are stepping up. A 2025 NASA strategy pushes for better tracking and global cooperation. Over 30 countries follow UN guidelines to limit new debris, like designing satellites to break apart safely on re-entry. But cleaning up old junk is trickier. There's no law saying who has to do it. Some propose space tugs to tow away big pieces, while others test lasers to nudge small bits into lower orbits. These ideas are still in early stages, but they show we're getting serious. The risk to Earth stays low for now. Controlled re-entries, often over empty oceans, keep things safe. The real worry is losing our space tech. Satellites we need for internet, navigation, or climate monitoring. One bad collision could spark a cascade, making parts of orbit unusable for years. Share your thoughts on this video in the comments and subscribe to the channel for more updates.